The internet is full of career advice, and a lot of it, I'm just going to say, is flat out wrong. Some of these myths have been repeated so many times that people just accept them as the gospel truth. And they're making job seekers waste time, waste money, and miss opportunities because this misinformation was never accurate to begin with. If you're new here, my name is Kim. I am a big tech recruiter and career advancement expert. I help professionals land higher paying jobs without stress or confusion. So I'm so glad you're here. As a talent acquisition professional for over a decade now, across industries and company sizes, I can tell you what it looks like on the other side of that screen once you submit your resume. So today, we are busting 3 of the most common resume myths that I see circulating on the internet today. So buckle up. Myth number 1, ATS compliant resumes. So here's the truth. There are hundreds of different applicant tracking systems, or ATS, that exist on the market, and every single one of them is customizable. So the idea that there is one magic template that's created to beat them all is not accurate. So here's the truth. Some resume formats parse more cleanly into an applicant tracking system than others. That is true. But it's not about some special template. It's about avoiding formulas or structures that can confuse the system. But if you keep your resume Word document or PDF simple with relatively clean formatting, bullet points, then it'll probably parse just fine. All you need is a well formatted Word document without the extra fluff in the boxes and the columns, and it'll probably be just fine. Myth number 2, your resume should be only 1 page, no exceptions. So, where does this myth actually come from? It's commonly believed that this rule dates back to the times when job seekers would physically go into an office and hand a piece of paper to the receptionist or someone that's collecting resumes for an open job. A 1 page resume meant no staples and no chance that additional resume information would get lost. This was just about physical efficiency, not about what made a strong resume. But that world doesn't exist anymore. We all apply online. So you don't need to worry about a physical copy being lost for the most part. So, what's the real answer? Honestly, it depends. Are you a new graduate or early in your career? 1 page might make sense because you don't have a whole lot of work experience to share. Are you a mid-level professional? I don't know, 2 pages might make sense. Are you an executive or work for the United States federal government? A lengthier resume might make more sense. It all depends on the story that you're trying to tell. So here's the actual rule. Your resume needs to be as long as it needs to in order for you to best showcase your key accomplishments. So don't cut information that demonstrate your value just to adhere to 1 page. But also, don't add extra information to your resume just so that it can be 2 pages, but doesn't actually say anything. Every line on your resume needs to earn its place. Are you communicating value or are you just adhering to an aesthetic? Now, don't get me wrong, it should look aesthetically nice because you are trying to put your best foot forward. But don't get it twisted. If you filled your resume with information that doesn't communicate your value, it's not an effective resume document. Myth number 3, your resume is all about you. Now, on the surface, yes, absolutely. Your resume, of course, is all about you. But underneath, no, it's not all about you. Your resume has your name on it, it's your experience, your education, sure. It does look like it's all about you, but the purpose of the resume is to convince the person reading the resume that you can solve their problems. That's a fundamentally different document. Here's an analogy to help illustrate the point. Let's say you want to hire a plumber. It's nice to hear about their passion for plumbing and that their grandfather was a plumber and that they've been doing it for 20 years. But when your garbage disposal does not work, those things don't matter as much. The same goes for your resume. The most convincing thing that you can show to someone is that you have been able to fix the same problems for someone else before. So, for the plumber example, customer reviews, Yelp reviews, beat that the passion and this was my grandfather's business, that story every time. Because you want to know, but can you fix my sink? The resume works the same way. Your resume is like a marketing document. It's a sales pitch. The customer reviews on the resume are your previous accomplishments, are the wins, the things that you've done for other employers that solve their problems that you can now do for this potential new employer. Of course, they care whether you are passionate about your work and that you stay up to date on continuing education. And it's great to know that you've been doing this for 20 years. But when rubber meets the road, they want to know, can you solve the problems that we have? Can we trust you to handle the problems that we're experiencing? Just like the plumber and your broken garbage disposal. I know that I've thrown a lot of information at you today. Here's what I want you to take away from this video. The applicant tracking system just requires a document that's easily able to parse. You don't need to limit your resume just to one page if it makes sense to have two. And your resume is actually about the value that you can bring to this potential new employer. There's a lot of advice out there on the internet, and my heart goes out to you, job seeker, to siphon through all of it all. And if you've made it all the way to this part of the video, I want to thank you for that. As someone who hires people for a living for over a decade now, this is the information that I believe will make you most successful in the job market today. These are the things that I see as the myths you need to abandon in order to be successful in your job search. Save this video or share it with someone who you think this could really help. I post new content about resumes, interviews, and job searches every week, and so I'd love to see you again. So give my account a follow. See you next time, and happy job hunting. Bye-bye.